I was blessed to be raised in a church-going family. My parents made sure I had faith in God and a solid moral upbringing. I remember praying to God in my bed at night and feeling very close to him. I knew he loved and cared for me. But as I grew up, I began to feel a distance from God, even as I took part in traditions and practices that I thought would mature my faith. The faith I had was confused and complicated, not the pure faith I'd had as a child. At the same time, the world was trying to pull me away. But God was always with me. He wanted me to know him and kept calling to me. One day, he spoke through a customer of mine, pretty bold customer, quoting John 3:16, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him will not perish, but have everlasting life." After that, he brought me here, to this church that Diane and Remo loved so much with my husband, Kevin. Here I met Jesus really for the first time. I heard Jesus' words, "I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." Then one day, one Sunday morning after a great sermon, David invited us to pray the sinner's prayer, and I suddenly understood. I felt it. It was personal. After praying, a peace came over me. I felt a closeness to God that I hadn't felt since I was a child, but it was even better. I started going to women's Bible study because I wanted more. Marina helped me so much. I realized that through Christ, I could really know God and have the relationship I wanted with him without any barriers. Jesus reached out and said, "Follow me." There was such a great freedom in that and forgiveness. It changed my life. There was no more arrogance because of my religiousness. I knew I was a sinner and that I was no better than anyone else because we're all imperfect. Growing up, I believed I had to do all the right things, say all the right prayers all the time, and I'd be good enough for God. For a long time I did. But when I failed, I felt incredible guilt and unworthiness. But God loved me and saved me from all that. My heart was changed. I no longer did things out of obligation, pride, or guilt, but out of love and gratitude. My relationship with God became unconditional. He loves me no matter what, and I love him no matter what. Whatever the circumstances, and the past couple of years have been pretty hard, I can still praise him, and that's why I'm standing here